All right, back here with Trevor. He's driving the Rebel. We are about to go test drive the most reliable half-ton ever made, in my opinion, and I might have to buy one. So you guys can probably guess in the comments what it is, but we're headed there right now. He's been driving the Rebel today, you know, driving me around like Miss Daisy. There are some certain things about this truck that you do need to worry about, and we can go through it, and I can show you the gotchas if you are looking at these used. They are extremely overpriced used. You guys probably know that. Oh man, look at that. Look at those Tundras and Tacomas they got here used. It's not one of those, if you guys thought it was one of those. All right, so this is obviously the most reliable vehicle ever made, the second gen Toyota Tundra. This one is 95,000 or 92,000 miles, and they want $30,000 for it, which is a ton of money. But if you are ever looking at these second gen Tundras, you can actually look in here and pull this down a little bit. And if you look down here, you will be able to tell if they have a cam tower leak. So that's one way to look and see. A common issue with this was cam tower leaks and people that didn't change out the coolant fluid. So you want to see coolant flushes on these no matter what age they are, every 5 years or less. Otherwise, you're going to have head gasket problems. They were super reliable, but that was really the two big things that you'll see. And then also check for frame rust on these. So what I'm looking for is, you know, you look in here, you can see there's almost really no frame rust. And if you look underneath here, you're gonna see, I mean, we kind of looked this over a little bit, and it looks really good underneath this truck. It looks like it's been in Colorado. I haven't looked at the Carfax yet, but I'm not seeing a bunch of leaks. You know, no shock leaks, don't see a lot of leaks coming out of anything. So looks really good and clean, although no matter what on these trucks, you're gonna see the price is high, and you'll see things like this, dings here. The bed looks a little bit dinged up. There's some signs that some work was done. It's not in perfect condition, but that's kind of what you're gonna get with these Tundras. And the test drive, you know, they kind of drive all the same. We did look under the hood. We found a power steering leak, which isn't the end of the world, but that's really the only thing that was leaking. Everything else looked good, and that's pretty normal. It actually looks like someone just overfilled it. Don't you think they just overfilled the power steering?
I think it was an overfill. There was a lot of residue from the top of the reservoir down and then onto the main pipe that runs to your power steering pump. So I do believe it may have been an overfill. It might have had a slight leak at the bottom. That's something that is a fairly cheap and easy repair to do because it's very accessible within the engine bay. So
yeah. So I bought a 2017 off the showroom floor, and it was 36,000 out the door, but it was a double cab. Nice. And then you look at the price of these, you know, it's like 30,000. It's got 90,000 miles. Yeah. How long do these old Tundras sit on your lot?
Not long. I mean, just, you know, these new Tundras are beautiful, but you know, the recalls with their engine, I think it's really scaring some people. So
yeah. Man, it feels like I'm back home. The old 5.7 platform. Yeah, all the new trucks, the new vehicles, I'm not super excited about. I really like the vision. You forget my Sequoia, I kind of miss it. That vision from here to here is just really good in these old Tundras. Everything, the Tundras and the Sequoias were designed so well for just usability. Oh, the steering radius, look at that. Look at the steering radius, that's amazing. See, I missed that. The Sequoia was like that too. They just turned so sharp compared to every other full-size vehicle. I like the way this rides though. It has the same build Steins my Ram has, and it feels good. Air is a little, it might need a filter change or something. Traditionally though, the air has been pretty, these were super reliable. You could have them for 200,000 or 300,000 and you wouldn't have to recharge the AC. They just didn't have issues like that. Mm-hmm. I've been kind of teetering on getting back into a 5.7 Toyota, whether it's the Tundra or the Sequoia. I just can't decide because I do a lot of fishing. Having the Sequoia with all the extra room to lock up your gear is really nice. If I get the truck, I got to put a shell on it, you know, to try to lock it up. But I just love the way they drive. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be, you know, it's not going to be anything like crazy fast or anything. It's just that kind of low end grunt, decent power. They're going to get terrible mileage, but who cares because I don't drive that much. This one has 92,000. Red is not necessarily my favorite color, but Well, look at this. So all these people complain about all these like hard plastics in the Toyotas, but that's kind of why they hold up. You don't get soft touch everywhere, but it doesn't rattle in here. And these old ones were just super solid, easy to clean, functional. Just a shame that they're tracking the price of gold per ounce, you know. Brakes feel pretty good. And you can swap all this stuff out, you know, the dash and everything you can put in. Easy to just tear it out and put in modern stuff that doesn't track you.
They don't have any modems in these that track.
Probably didn't have, I don't think this had an LTE telemetry system in it. But this is the best, most reliable platform really ever made, I think. This and the old 4.7s. I'm protected by this guy, right? He's gonna, look at that, see? Flip a Yui in the middle of a Denver intersection, no problem. 6 speed's fine. I don't need 25 gears, it's fine. Drive straight. One thing too, the steering was really light in these. These and the Sequoias, they were very easy to drive. Some people don't like light steering, but it is nice sometimes. It's funny to see no buttons, you know, compared to all these new vehicles, just to see, here's your sunglasses holder, here's your registration holder. Look, everything works though. The only thing that I noticed my Sequoia had that this doesn't, these cup holders were much larger in the Sequoia. You could put like a big, huge metal Nalgene in here, and these are smaller. It's kind of weird.
You think that's just an update with like the
yeah,
like facelift and all that
seems
stuff?
Like it, because they did change them in 17. I can't remember though. I'd have to go back and look. Maybe it was only the Sequoias that had that nice center. And that's another thing. I don't know if I'd really want that, the full crew cab, or if I want to go back to a double cab with the 6.5 foot bed.
Yeah.
Because I kind of want to hold the kayak in it. The kids are finally moving out. No auto start stop. I didn't have to shut it off. There's nothing to check out in them. I love it. Just like, there you go. It's funny though, that rear end, I think it's like a 430. It's just, you touch the gas. You were in my Sequoia, you just touch the gas and it's like instant torque. You don't need, 500 horsepower. You just need the right gearing. Just got done driving this second gen Tundra, and as I said when I was driving, I mean, there's really not much to these. I mean, you don't have a lot of buttons. That's kind of the beauty of them. They're sort of everything you need, nothing you don't. You have your typical headlight switches. If you put a big load on the back, you can change and adjust your headlight. Analog dash. I mean, really just big dials for your climate control. Everything is basic. There's really nothing that's super fancy in these unless you get up into the platinums. They hold up really well. No matter how old this vehicle is, you look at the price of them, they're just staying steady. And I don't think that's going to change. You're not going to see a lot of these old Tundras get cheaper anytime soon, unless there's just a massive change in quality in the third gens. We're going to go take a peek at the third gen. So you guys might be wondering if I'm considering getting rid of my Ram for one of these. I don't think I'll get rid of the Ram, but I'm looking for an older second gen Tundra or an older second gen Sequoia. Sort of like an apocalypse vehicle, but also a fishing rig. And I just kind of miss that reliability, and I want it for specific other things. So we're gonna go take a look at this third gen. Now you compare that second gen Tundra to this third gen. This is a 2026 third gen Tundra. It has 25 miles on it. It's used. I don't even know why it's here, but this is $49,000 for this SR5 2026. Now you can probably get a new one for 51, 52, something like that. But you compare that to that 2017 second gen Tundra. Now you think about that for a minute. A 2017, it's 10 model years old, 92,000 miles, and they want 30 grand for it. That's wild. It's only 19 grand less than one of these. It's just crazy. All right, so Trevor and I just figured out something a little odd. So this is a Tacoma, 2025 Tacoma. It is the iForce Max, and we're looking at $48,000 on this iForce Max, but it only has 20 miles on it. So we've got, this Tundra has 25 miles, this has 20 miles, the same thing. They all of these have like 20 miles on them. We are at Echo Park in Thornton. If you guys are interested in, I don't know, picking up something for a deal, I think these are a little bit less than what I could get these for at a Toyota dealership. So if you guys just want to get a couple grand off, they're here just sitting. I have no idea why they have vehicles with 20 miles on them. The elephant in the room is, are they overpriced for what they are? And so when you get in this Ram, the Rebel, and you drive it, like, there isn't really a comparison. The same thing with the third gen Tundra. It drives a lot better than the second gen. It's faster. It's just going to be smoother, better NVH, way more torque. Same thing with this Ram, quieter, smoother. It's better than that second gen Tundra as far as fun factor, but longevity, I would take the second gen Tundra over anything all day, every day. My runner up would be probably a Nissan Titan and the 5-liter Coyote from Ford, maybe like a 2017 F-150 with the 6-speed if you could find one. I think that the second gen Tundra, even though that truck was 30 grand and it had 92,000 miles and it sounds like a lot of money, I still think that vehicle is, I would trust it. They're so basic. They had that platform forever from 2008 to 2021. And you know the problems. You know to look for the coolant color when you check them. You know to see, look for coolant changes, and you know to look for cam tower leaks. And even if you have one of those problems, it's not really the end of the world to fix them. The 6-speed was just ultra durable. You pretty much just change fluids in those second gen Tundras and you drive them. I love the steering radius. It's a much better steering radius than all the new trucks I've been driving. You can turn on a dime in those things, just like basic utilitarian functions. Everything's glovable, the climate control, everything. You don't have the telemetry, you don't have the tech. They get terrible mileage, but they're super reliable. You know when you get into that thing, it's gonna start. You let it sit for a month, it's gonna start. There's nothing, no parasitic drain from all these electronics. I'm still considering a second gen Sequoia, second gen Tundra as kind of a secondary vehicle, a backup vehicle, something I take fishing. But the market is so insane on them right now, I'm just waiting for it to cool off. I think if the third gen Tundra gets those issues fixed and everybody's like, okay, cool, the Tundra's good, the engine's good, I think the resale is going to come back. People are going to start looking at the newer Tundras again, saying, I want the turbo, I want all the features and the creature comforts, and they're semi-reliable. Then the second gen market cools off a little bit and we can start grabbing those. That's where I'm at. I'm not going to sell the Ram anytime soon. At least that's not my intent. There'd be no point. I would lose a bunch of money at this point and I'd have to pay tax on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time.